This is your prime time forecast for East Alabama and West Georgia from Dr. Don's Weather. Dr. Don's Weather is made possible by the Randolph County Commission, East Alabama Waste, Southern Auction Solutions, Genesis Weight Clinic, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, the Town of Wadley, Auction 431 South, the Salem Auction House and Bama Diesel Repair. From the Alpha Weather Center, powered by Fincher Fence, Estate Masters, Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery, Southern Union State Community College and the venue at 5 Points Farms, here's Dr. Don.
And good morning, East Alabama and West Georgia. It is time for your primetime forecast for Tuesday, November 5th, 2024. It is Election Day across this great land. And folks, let me tell you something. If you don't do anything else today, you've got to go to the polls and vote if you have not already done so. It is your American right. And regardless of which side of this issue you fall on, whether you are a Democrat, a Republican, or an independent, you must go to the poll today and vote. Please make sure your voice is heard. It's also American Football Day, National Redhead Day. So if you know a redhead, say something nice to them today. And National Bonfire Night, so we can enjoy a bonfire this evening to celebrate. Let's take a look at your weather forecast today, brought to you by 5 Points Farms, the venue at 5 Points Farms. Mr. Jeff and Miss Cindy, they can handle your rehearsals, your weddings, your receptions. They can take care of all of it. It's a beautiful, beautiful location there in Northeast Chambers County. Give them a call at 334-864-0087 for more information. You can check them out online at 5pointsfarms.com or on Facebook at facebook.com/the venue at 5 Points Farms. You owe it to yourself to check it out. Beautiful, beautiful location. They're just northeast of 5 Points, Alabama. Get your ducks in a row with Dukas at 256-831-7770. Jamie Dukas can handle all of your insurance needs in both Alabama and in Georgia. Maybe a few sprinkles out there this morning, or maybe even some light rain from time to time, but eventually your voting Tuesday is going to be nice weather, as we'll see sunshine break out by the time we get to noon or shortly after. So if you're going to the polls today, you might want to wear a light jacket this morning. Be prepared for a little light sprinkle or rain from time to time, but then by this afternoon, mostly sunny. Complicated forecast moving forward Wednesday through Friday. We have a lot going on. We have a storm system to our northwest. We have a blocking ridge to the east. And then we have Rafael coming up out of the Caribbean into the southern Gulf of Mexico. And so there's a lot of uncertainty. Confidence level is very low on exactly what's going to happen Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even into the weekend. We'll take a look at the latest tropical information from the National Hurricane Center, and you can see the official forecast track still has the storm making hurricane status probably sometime later today or tonight, and then crossing over the western tip of Cuba as we get into Thursday and Thursday night, and then up into the southern or southeastern Gulf of Mexico by 1 a.m. Thursday morning. Now, that's where the madness begins. The official forecast track right now has it going west to a point somewhere along the central or western Louisiana coast before making landfall. But we don't know exactly how Rafael is going to interact with the storm system to our west and the blocking ridge to our east. There are some models out there that bring this onshore along the northwest Florida coast up into South Alabama. There are other models that show it coming up into South Georgia. Either way, the storm is going to be weakening, we believe, as it approaches the northern Gulf of Mexico, whether it's northwest, north central, or northeast, because the surface water temperature is much cooler in the northern shallow portions of the Gulf of Mexico. And this time of year, in the month of November, the shear is very high in the Gulf of Mexico, which that means that'll blow the top of the storm off and keep it from strengthening more. As a matter of fact, it will probably be weakening as it approaches landfall sometime maybe on Friday or Saturday, maybe even Sunday. Right now, we just don't know exactly when the landfall is going to take place. We do believe that there will be a big plume of moisture that will move well north of the tropical storm slash hurricane, which will probably make it up into southern Georgia and then eastern Georgia into South Carolina as we get into Wednesday and Thursday. That'll be kind of indirectly associated with Rafael. Some of that rain could make it up into central and east Alabama from time to time, but we're not looking at flooding rains. We're not looking at hurricane weather here for any location across Alabama or Georgia as the way we see it right now. At 7 a.m. this morning, the center of Tropical Storm Rafael was located near latitude 17.4 north, longitude 78.4 west. Rafael moving toward the northwest at 13 miles per hour. A generally northwestward motion is anticipated over the next few days on this forecast track. The storm is expected to move near Jamaica this morning, be near or over the Cayman Islands tonight, and then near or over western Cuba by Wednesday. Maximum sustained winds are near 60 miles per hour with higher gust. Steady to rapid intensification is forecast over the next 24 to 36 hours, and Rafael is forecast to become a hurricane in the northwestern Caribbean near the Cayman Islands, with further strengthening before it makes landfall in Cuba. After that point, we don't know exactly what is going to happen with this storm. I know that a lot of folks have ball games coming up on Friday night, especially down in South Alabama. So there are a lot of folks scratching their head this morning trying to figure out if they want to move their ball games to Thursday night versus Friday night. And the best information I can give you and the best advice I can give you is talk to the local National Weather Service office that has forecast responsibility in those areas. And I'm specifically talking about the Mobile area because we've got a big ball game down there on Friday night, and I know decisions are going to be made this morning as to whether that game gets moved to Thursday night or they play Friday night. Consult the National Weather Service on this. Have your local emergency manager reach out to the National Weather Service and get their opinion on whether Thursday night or Friday night will be the better option for those ball games across Alabama and Georgia. And I got to tell you, at this moment, it's going to be a roll of the dice either way. I don't think we're looking at substantial flooding rains on either night. But get the input from the local National Weather Service that has the forecast responsibility for those locations before you make those decisions. Make a wise and informed decision and then you'll at least have a 50% chance of being correct. Let's take a look at the current conditions at the venue at 5 Points Farms. It's currently 59 degrees on the outside. Wind out of the east-southeast at 3, occasionally gusting to 9. Humidity is at 81%. The barometric pressure at 30.24. Dew point is 53. No measurable rain in the past 24 hours. High yesterday, 62.3. Partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies this morning, and maybe even a sprinkle or two out there. Sunrise this morning was at 6:04, and the sun sets this evening at 4:48 p.m. So we're looking for a mostly cloudy morning with a few sprinkles around. We'll see sun break out by noon or shortly after. 72 in Roanoke. We'll hit 70 in Franklin, 77 down in Dadeville, and Ashland tops out this afternoon at 73 degrees. Here's your 6-day forecast from the Alpha Weather Center. Jamie Dukas, your local Alpha dealer across East Alabama and West Georgia, agent, I should say. Get in touch with Jamie. Let him tell you all about your insurance possibilities and how he can save you money. So here's the forecast. As we vote today on Tuesday, November the 5th, we're going to give you a 20% chance of a shower this morning, sunshine by this afternoon, 76 your high temperature, down to 62 tonight, 40% chance of a few showers. On Wednesday, a 60% chance of rain, 74 will be the high. I think that'll be our best chance of rain given the current forecast. But understand that comes with a disclaimer. This forecast could change, and it could change drastically over the next several days. On Thursday, we're looking at a 30% chance of showers. 73 will be your high. A 30% chance of rain on Thursday night. On Friday, a 30% chance of rain, 71, 40% chance of showers Friday night. And then as we get into the weekend, 30% chance of rain on Saturday, 71, and a 30% chance of rain on Sunday, 72 degrees. Certainly not a washout for East Alabama or West Georgia anytime over the next 6 to 7 days or so. Southern Union State Community College live Doppler HD radar this morning. You'll see that storm system back off to our northwest. My goodness, it's been there now for 3 days. Folks across Arkansas just getting hammered with rain showers, thunderstorms. We've even had severe weather up there with tornadoes back across Oklahoma, Missouri, Arkansas, eastern Texas, and northwestern Louisiana. But that thing has hit a wall. The wall is sitting over the east coast, and it just will not allow that storm system to move much further to the east. And then we have Rafael down in the Caribbean this morning. We'll zoom way out and on the radar, the Southern Union State Community College live Doppler HD radar, and you can kind of see there where Rafael is right now near Jamaica. Then it's going to come up and come across western tip of Cuba and then end up in the Gulf of Mexico. We believe somewhere south of the Louisiana coast by Saturday or Sunday. The $64 million question here is going to start after it crosses over Cuba. Does it take that westward move, or does it come almost straight up, or does it start curving back to the northeast? So lots of questions still to be answered about this storm system as we get into the latter part of this week and for your weekend. We'll take you in a little bit closer across East Alabama and West Georgia. And we'll show you that, we do see some scattered showers, mainly across central Alabama, from about Alexander City back over to Clanton. Then we have some showers in Talladega County up to around the city of Talladega, extreme western, maybe central Clay County, with a few sprinkles out there this morning. Most of the rest of East Alabama and West Georgia shows clear. As far as rain is concerned, it is cloudy out there this morning. So, we ask that you support Dr. Don's Weather every chance that you get. There are multiple different ways that you can do that. You'll see a link there at the bottom of your screen that takes you over to our weather store. At the top of this video on Facebook, bottom of the video on YouTube, you'll find a clickable link that will carry you to our weather store, where you can pick up a coffee cup, a t-shirt, or baseball cap. Part of the proceeds come back to support us here at Dr. Don's Weather. Also, you can check us out on our website at drdonwx.com. You can send us a donation on PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, and you can send us those Facebook stars. We depend on that support to be able to continue to bring you live severe weather coverage for East Alabama and West Georgia. Do all the social media things on YouTube, Facebook, X, and Discord. You want to like us, follow us, share us, comment on our videos every chance you get. That keeps us on your news feed. If you do not interact with us from time to time, you won't see us when we go live to cover severe weather, unless you go to YouTube and subscribe to Dr. Don's Weather and click that little notification bell. Then you're guaranteed to get notified regardless of whether you interact with us every single day or not. And be sure you join our Discord community. We give you some extra perks over there on Discord when we go live to cover severe weather. I can't say this enough. If I could sit here all day long and just repeat it over and over and over again, I would. But I have a daytime job. I've got to go to work as soon as I finish this recording. But here's the message today, folks. You must go to the polls and vote. You know, if you're one of those that says or thinks, you know, my vote's not going to matter, one vote's not going to matter, and you might be correct. But if 500,000 or 1,000,000 people across this country who's registered to vote has that same thought process, now we're looking at enough votes to make a huge difference. I mean, this thing could come down to 10,000 votes making a difference across this country as to who our next president is going to be. So it is extremely important that you go vote today. If you can't get there, if you don't have transportation, call somebody. Ask them. I mean, you're not imposing on someone. You're imposing on someone by not voting. Find a way to get to the polls today and cast your vote, regardless of which side of the political party you stand on. It is your duty and it is your American right to go to the polls. And you're continuing to ensure that we have that right by going to the polls and voting. So please do that today if you haven't already. Over half of this country's already voted, and that's a great thing, but we've got to get everyone to the polls today. I don't think we're going to know who our president is going to be, probably not tonight. It may not be in the next 24 to 48 hours. I think it's going to take a minute to figure that out, but maybe, just maybe, we will know tonight. Certainly hope so. Be safe out there. Be kind to one another today. Understand the world is not going to end. The sun will rise tomorrow, regardless of which one of our candidates, or if you're looking at the independents, which one of our three candidates end up being our next president. We'll make it through this one way or another. Have a fantastic Tuesday. Let me say it one more time. Go vote today. And if the good Lord's willing, the creek don't rise. I'll see you back in your first thing tomorrow morning with another edition of your primetime forecast on Dr. Don's Weather.
This has been your primetime forecast for East Alabama and West Georgia. From the Alpha Weather Center, powered by Fincher Fence, Estate Masters, Southern Union State Community College, the venue at 5 Points Farms and Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery. Dr. Don's Weather is supported by the Randolph County Commission, East Alabama Waste, Southern Auction Solutions, Genesis Weight Clinic, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, the Town of Wadley, Auction 431 South, the Salem Auction House, and Bama Diesel Repair. Be sure to like us on Facebook, share us with all of your friends, and subscribe to Dr. Don's Weather on YouTube. We will be back tomorrow morning with another edition of your primetime